Hello, everyone. How are you? Today, I will be focusing on sketching using my XP Pen 12 tablet. This is the season where we are focusing on Halloween, costumes and monsters and whatnot. So, I want this video to be oriented around Halloween art. When I was a kid, I've always been a fan of Batman, Superman, uh, the Joker, Spider Man, Marvel, DC, whatever. But enough of my rambling. Let us begin, shall we? Now, as you can see on your screen, I have Photoshop pulled up. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to begin a new project. So, let us begin, shall we? Let's go to New and let's change our dimensions to 1900 by 1900. Okay, that should be big enough. And as you can see, we have quite a large square on our interface here. So let us begin. As you can see, my mouse is here. I'm going to change my brush tool to the pencil tool since I have my pen here. And as far as the background is concerned, we're not going to draw on that background. So we are going to add a new layer. And as you can see, when we click the eyeball, our new layer shows up here. So the new layer is what we're going to be drawing on. So in order not to hurt your eyes, I turned the background layer back on. So let us begin. What should I draw? Well, let's make it easy. Since we're dealing with superheroes, Superman, wearing a Superman shirt, let's draw the Joker. How about that? This video will be focused on drawing the Joker. So let us begin. I like to start off all of my drawings with a circle. So first, we need a rough draft color. My rough draft color, I like to use red. Something that is profound. And as you can hear, I like to play lo-fi hip hop in the background. Help me to ease my mind during these troubling times. So here we go. Start off with a basic circle. And it doesn't have to be perfect because after all, this is a sketch. So here we have our circle. Make sure no one's bothering me on my phone. Okay, good. This is more like an oval shape, but to each its own. And I like to start with the chin line here. Well, not the chin, the cheeks rather. Then we go to the chin line. Okay, we have our basic shape here for our face. There you go. Now we are going to edit this greatly because after all, this is our first draft. So let's look at the dimensions of the face. We all know the Joker keeps his mouth open all the time. So let us focus on the cheeks more and let us round those cheeks out, shall we? And what we have here, these lines, they must go because we are trying to capture the Joker in his signature smile. Okay. And as far as the chin lines are concerned, we can make them more longer. Now, my art is far from perfect. You know, many times I try to compromise myself as an artist. But hey, I still need work, so please don't laugh too hard. This is just a video I like to share with you all because I've been neglecting my YouTube community greatly because I went to Twitch after YouTube, you know, changed their algorithm and whatnot, and I don't want to get into it, but you know the deal. So yeah, there. Now we have our line here to focus on the dimensions of the face. But before we begin, let us focus on the forehead. Joker has that widow's peak, you know, that hairline. So let us put that in first. How about that? There you go. This is what we have so far. And this center line right here, you can see how the eye is basically coming into play right here on the right side. So let us focus here, starting from the middle. I like to start with the eyebrows. There you go. And we can start making small edits to this line right here that we have on both sides. It doesn't have to be perfect because once again, this is the first draft. There you go. Start putting in some eyes here and there. Give his eyes somewhat of that anime type feel to it. There you go. And we all know Joker has that long nose. And let it droop down. There you go. You see how it is starting to come together? Now, we need to put in those lines. Let's make it a little bit wider, shall we? There you go. Now we're cooking with gas because after all, he is laughing all the time. He's quite the fool. Now let's work on the mouth. Okay. One thing about the Joker, though, regardless of how ugly he looks, he always had perfect teeth. There you go. And let's see, let's put a tongue in there. It doesn't have to be perfect because, again, first draft. So put some ears in. And Joker always had huge ears. According to the classic comics. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can fix the ears any way you choose to. I just like to give them big ears, first for a first draft. Then I'll go in and, finish it later. Now let's work on the hair. Since he has that widow's peak, let his hair be defined the same way. So there you go. Now there we have it. We have just drawn our first draft of the Joker. Now, what I like to do when I am doing my final draft with Photoshop, I like to create a new layer. And when I create a new layer, you can name it anything you please. But what I like to do, I like to just keep it what you see here by default. Layer one, layer two, whatever. And let's go change our color to a different color, shall we? Now we're going to do our inking. So let us use a dark color like black. Well, black is not a color, black is a shade. White is a shade, gray is a shade as well. But anyway, we're going to enhance so we can see what we're doing. Use the hand tool, bring it down. All right. Now, let's take our time. I like to use a thin line first because as you can see, my lines are not perfect as you can see here. Let me move the cursor around. I don't know if you can see it, but let me click to the arrow tool. You see the arrow on the screen? You see how crazy my fine lines are? This is what we have to deal with as artists. The wiggling of the hand, the nervousness, the shakiness of the hand, whatever you may call it. So I like to start off with small strokes of the line because I know my hand is far from perfect, just like everyone else's hands, because we're not perfect beings. But back to the art. Yeah. So I have the hair situated, and let's trace that widow's peak now. There you go. There we have it. Now, as you can see, I'm making my own modifications to the eyebrows because I do want them to be thicker. I don't like that one, so I can just control Z it. I don't like that either. Control Z it instead of using my eraser tool. There you go. Now we're cooking with gas. But it could be better. There you go. Go in from the top instead of the bottom. Now, as far as the cheeks are concerned, I like to bring them down more so it can meet the part of the mouth where he's smiling. So with the widow's peak, I'm going to bring it down a little more, and then I'm going to bring it out as such. Even though I'm inking everything in, I am using fine lines so that when I go into a heavier stroke of the pen, everything will come together better on paper. Now we can move our page up. We can bring down the hair, and we can fix those huge ears. Now his ears look quite normal now, instead of having monkey's ears. Now, from here, I would like to edit the mouth since we have more profound cheeks. I want to bring that smile way back here. And once again, fine lines, fine lines. Even though we're doing inking, this is a digital tablet, so you can make many edits as you choose. Now, doing this on paper, you have to make sure that your final draft is correct. There are no backsies. Okay. Fine lines. Doesn't have to be perfect, even though this is the beginning of the final draft. I'm going to change the stroke order of the pen so it can be more profound and concrete. You can call this a second sketch. Now for those teeth. And we can make the tongue more profound, I guess, so it can match the dimensions of the new mouth we have just placed in. So yeah, there we have it. Let's see how it looks when I turn off this red layer or the first draft layer. Let's see what we have, shall we? Go to that layer and turn it off. As you can see, it's not perfect, but we do have the basic outline. And now we can keep that red layer off and start fixing what we have here. So what I would like to do, I would like to change the brush diameter from 5 to a larger size. For the hair, let's go with a good 45, shall we? So here, and you can edit any way you choose with Control Z. Mm, we'll put it like that. Make it a little bigger and move the screen up a little bit. There you go. You see how the bigger line kind of eats away at the little scrawny, squiggly lines that we had at first? See, when you come to my videos, I don't do all that speed drawing and all this other crap that you see with what the pros like to do. I like to take my time, and do things right. To each their own. Because after all, I am still a novice. And here I can use my eraser tool. There you go. It's a little bit too thick. But yeah, bring it down here. See how we look so far? Kind of coming together, huh? My fault. There you go. We'll bring that down a little bit. Put some definition in that scowl he has on his face. Yeah. Start with the eyes first. Control Z that bad boy. And if you have stayed this long and you're following my set patterns, you're probably drawing Joker better than I. give this Joker a double chin, shall we? Well, split chin, not double chin. There you go. Give him that butt chin. There you go. I know it kind of looks crazy because it's so up close, but when we revert the art back to its original form, 1900 by 1900, you will see how well it looks. Sometimes I get nervous when I do emotes for Twitch, you know, for clients. I'm like, oh, it looks so ugly. Oh my gosh. And then when I revert it back to its original form, I'm like, hey, that's pretty good. Pat myself on the back. Now we can shrink the diameter since we're doing the eyebrows as well as the nose and mouth and teeth and tongue, whatnot. So I like to go with a 17. 17 is much better. It's much thinner, yet profound. So here we go. Erase that. See? Sweet. Now, those lines we had in our earlier drawing, when you smile, you see the cheeks, how they're, well, the inner cheeks matches the outer cheeks. You can choose to put that in, but you basically have to make an edit to the mouth. Me, I like to keep things as is most of the time, but to each their own. For the sake of this drawing, I don't want to go back in and edit, and drop the mouth down lower and, takes too much time. After all, this is a cartoon rendition of how Joker looks like, my way, of course. But hey, if you want to pay attention to detail, whatever floats your boat. For novice artists like myself, I like to use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. I bet you guys were saying Joker doesn't have any lips. Yes, he does. He's not all teeth and gums. All right. We are almost finished with our final inking pattern. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. And there we have it, guys. Let us go back to the original form, about right there. As you can see, we have the Joker. I would say an emote form for Twitch. I am so used to doing emotes and banners and avatars for clients on Twitch as well as stream full time. Um, I just love what I'm doing. You know, you got to go into the business for yourself, especially in these troubling times. You do something you love, you will always be happy. So let us add some color, shall we? Let's see. From here, we can put down our pen. Let's go to our gradient tool, change it to paint bucket. I want Joker's hair to be like a dark green, somewhere around here, around that area. There you go. And we can just bam, drop it in just like that. Oops. Control Z. Control Z. Oh, okay. And for those eyebrows, let us zoom in because we don't want to color the entire face green. So bam, like so. Zoom in a little more. I want to fill in these little pockets right here like that, and like that, and like that, and like so. Get in those little areas, those little pixels. There you go. See, you got to have fun with what you're doing too. I don't see this as a job. I see this, as something that pleases me, makes me happy. But hey, it's not it's not bad to earn a little money for it. So yeah, let me go here because we did have some squiggly lines here and there inside. So put that back in. There you go. You fixed it. Fixed it. There you go. Fix it. hmm But hey, we can just zoom out and look at it and be like, hey, it still looks good. But I'm going to go back in and fix that right eyebrow from the top. So let me go back to a default workspace at the top. Let me go back to my brush tool, change it to pencil, and we're going to go back to the color black, well, the shade rather, black. We're going to zoom in to the area we have edited, and we are going to just fix this outer line right here. We still have the green on the inside, but now we can fix it so it can measure up to the left eyebrow. There you go. Yes, quite a distinguished gentleman. Yes. Okay, moving on. Let us move out back to 50%. And let's see. We all know that Joker is pale. We don't want it to be bleach white. So let us go to like, a pink. my color palette went away. There it is. I was about to say, I was hearing bing, bing, those noises, but let us give him a palish pink. Right about there, shall we? Boop, 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 and drop it right there. Kind of look a little purplish, purplish pink. Let us change that again, shall we? There you go, a little bit lighter. There you go. We don't want him to look like a Mardi Gras ornament. But as you can see here, this will be his neck. Well, we'll we'll focus on the neck later. But let's get those ears. There you go. Give him some type of pigmentation on his face. Look at these lips here. We're going to have to zoom in on this bad boy. Here you go. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, Control Z. Control Z again. I can't win from losing, huh? Did it again. All right. There you go. Now let's look at this drop tool, the eyedropper tool. We're going to take that same pigmentation, go back to the paint bucket tool and fix this part of Joker's nose. There you go. And now since we're zoomed in up close, we can fix those teeth. So we can take the hand, move it around, erase that, erase those areas where things were looking a little crappy. And let's zoom back out, shall we? There you go. Now I'm going to give him a neck. So let's see. Go back to 17. Change the color back, the shade back to black. Now we're just sketching this in, basically. And I can always go back in with the fine eraser tool and just erase the areas I do not want. There you go. And let us give his neck some definition, shall we? Okay, now we can put our pen down, go back to our dropper tool here, change back to the paint bucket. Bam! There we have it. Yes, quite the distinguished gentleman. Yes. Now we have our red again. Here, here. And let us go with a darker color red. Let's put it there. So we can color the tongue. There we have it. For the inside of the mouth, let us give it somewhat of a hollow red. Something that's kind of hollow. Like here. And we can just drop that in there. You know, it gives the illusion of light being shown through the mouth. If you don't like that, you can make it a tad bit darker. We'll go for it, shall we? There you go. Much better. Now for the dropper tool, I'm going to use the same pigment or color and use it for the bottom lip as well as the top lip. Better yet, let's use a pinkish color. Let's move this up. A dark pink. There you go. Ooh. Let us zoom in. There we have it. Now, as you can see, we have this line right here in the middle. So I'm going to use my eraser tool. To do that, I'm going to shrink the dimensions. I'll say about a 13. Better yet, let's make it a 5. There you go. So we can fix what we have here. Oops. Control Z that. Oh, no wonder. Yee. Shrink that more. There you go. This is where you can use your mouse. Then you can fix that. Bam. Wind it up, baby. Ta-da. Ta-da! There we have it. Joker finished. The only thing we have left are the eyes. So let's give him some baby blues, shall we? Give him some cyans. Yep. Yep. There you go. All right. We are done. This is our final product that we have. And as we turn off the background layer, you can use this as an avatar, an emote, or whatever you choose. But in order to use it as a successful emote, you want to color the eyes as well, the white parts. Because as you can see, oops, as you can see, when we turn off the background, you see the little checkered pattern on both sides. So to do that, Just get your basic white color here or your white shade and just zoom in. Nyop, 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 nyop. And let's see. Ta-da! There we go. Oh, the teeth as well. Nyop, 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 nyop. Oh. Nyop, 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 nyop. All right, guys. There we have it. And I know you saw all of the little scribble scrabbles in the teeth. See, as an emote artist, and that goes for all of us, not just me, when we do emotes and avatars and stuff like that, when we shrink things back down to normal, you don't see all the little mistakes and the scribble scrabbles and stuff here and there. We like to keep that there. So just a little tidbit of information, because we don't like to go back in to redo our work. But enough said. You all have a blessed one. Let's see what we can do with that collar before we leave. We could give them a dark blue collar. No. Get back to my pencil tool. Use a 17. And we'll just use a blue that we're going to use to kind of, join everything together. Alrighty, now we can go in. Yes. And here, and here. Go back to that pencil tool. Get the shade of black. And then put that there. So there. uh, Let me turn off the music. I really enjoyed having you all here. And I know these are troubling times, but now is the time to focus on what makes you happy. And now I am a full-time streamer on Twitch, and I am slowly coming back to YouTube because, gaining revenue from both parties, is really helping me out, as a side hustle, more than my 9 to 5. I work from home, so I have the best of both worlds. Yeah, so with that being said, I want you all to have a happy Halloween this year. I know it's a troubling year, 2020, but it's all about having good mental health, a good state of mind, and I really enjoy every one of you, every bit of you. Um, you all have been with me since day one, since I created this service in 2006, I believe. Yep, I've been here since March 2006. But yeah, this is something I wanted to share with you all because I am coming back to Twitch. Oh, I mean, I am coming back to YouTube slowly but surely, but I am a full time streamer on Twitch, like I have said. I really don't like editing videos, so this is what you have 1 hour and 14 minutes worth of raw footage. stuttering, scribble scrabbles, music playing in the background, so forth. Because, hey, I'm real. I've been real since 2006, and I'm not going to change now. But if you like what you see here, follow, subscribe, um, come check me out on Twitch, drop a follow over there, give some subs, help a brother out. With that being said, you all have a blessed one. Take care and goodbye.